Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you from Ukraine. I came up with an interesting idea. So now many children are on winter break, and let's stick to the subject and let's look at how children in Russia celebrate or spend their time on their winter break. By the way, about Ukraine, you can see in my previous video street view of Lviv, festive view of the central street, and also some paintings dedicated to war, and they were produced by over 70 artists. They depict women and children affected by war in different regions of Ukraine. And also, before I start my main topic, let's not forget about Milana. Her parents are raising funds to enable the child to get injection because of her genetic disorder, which will put her on a wheelchair, and she might not be able to eat even properly if she will not get this injection in time. So they need help, and mother sent us a video update about her day.
One day from Milana's life. The morning begins. We actively play. We learn about the world. Everything would be fine if not for the daily struggle with the deadly disease SMA. We hope that we will win and give the child a happy future.
The week of Christmas, we were heavily bombed. We had over 370 drones that were attacking targets, 280 aviation bombs, and 70 missiles of different types. Obviously, if there's a siren, our children need to hide in a basement. They deserve to have a nice, happy winter break and not worry about their fathers, about their life, just like children all over the world. As I looked before, I made videos about schools in Russia, and so I decided to check what are posts on social media pages in schools in Russia. By the way, what I noticed is that I don't see much, there's no information about Christmas and there's no information about Jesus, nothing. For your information, Christmas in Russia was this week. It was 7th of January because they go by a different calendar. We switched to a calendar that goes in line with yours now. Children, for us, they get presents on St. Nicholas Day, which is sooner. You get presents for Christmas, and Russian children get presents for New Year. They are distributed by Uncle Frost, so there is no Saint Nicholas, Santa Claus, nothing like that here in Russia. But at the same time, I saw an article where Putin is asking a Russian main priest to bless Christmas presents for soldiers who are fighting in Ukraine. So some crosses and icons. So there's some like conflict there, because for Christmas there are no presents, and the presents are not associated with the birth of Jesus. I can see that there is attempt by Russian media to maintain separate identity, and there was recently a video came up where Uncle Frost is, along with air defense, shutting down Santa Claus and saying that we do not need any Western.
Все? Все. Цель уничтожена.
Правильно. Не нужно нам ничего иностранного в нашем небе.
So what's going on in schools? So children are on winter break. There's a lot of information about how to spend their vacation, how to go sliding, how you can spend your days. You can have hot cocoa. For example, this is a school in Yakutsk, Mahanska Srednya Shkola. It's not very active page. There are very little followers. So this city is very close to China. There's a lot of superstition from what I saw. For example, here, if you look at these letters, you can whatever you see is how your new year will be spent, and this is what you will have in your new year. So some superstitious games I noticed. For Christmas there were, I think it was order from the government for our Christmas, Ukrainian and European. I noticed that they have a lot of Russian propaganda. Here is school number 2 in Sarapul city. There are a lot of performances and a lot of hellos. The children record video hello, greeting each other, congratulating each other with New Year. So everything again is centered around celebrating New Year. Some military activity here in school. It's 27th of December. And there is school number 13 in Kazan. It's more closer to Moscow. How you can slide on winter break. And some propaganda posts on the 25th of December. Again, the government was very active around 25th of December to push a lot of propaganda through Russian schools to make sure to maintain war-centered mindset of the population. Let's look at the capital of Russia. How do students in Moscow celebrate New Year? First of all, the social page is very active, but there are not too many followers. I'm looking at school number 46, just random school I selected, no reason. There are some wonderful stories of winter vacation, winter break. This is a book children can read. This is how to have safe time outside, going sliding. Then there is how you can entertain yourself during New Year. New Year greetings. More activities centered around Uncle Frost and New Year, and Uncle Frost visiting children. You can see his costume, you can see the costume of the helper. The 26th of December, again, around time when Western world, another side of the world is Europe, Ukraine is celebrating Christmas. Russia is having a lecture, young children and youth against extremism. What they are studying, how did it look? In the form of a game. The purpose was to convey important information about anti-terrorist and anti-extremist legislation, types of information threats, the actions of authorities and law enforcement agencies in the field of countering the ideology of terrorism, and also they were studying about the skills of how to behave safely online and in real life. Now we know how children in Russia what's going on with them. At the same time, the children in Ukraine, children are hiding in the basements because of sirens, because of bombing. They deserve to have a happy childhood. to study properly and also have these concerts, have these celebrations, and for St. Nicholas to visit them, to receive presents, and not to worry about their fathers, their friends, and not to worry about all the stress that's going on around them in the country. We appreciate our warriors for protecting us, sacrificing their lives to ensure our safety. We really appreciate air defense for shooting down so many drones and rockets in the sky. What about the vocab? How do you say school? Школа, школа, школа. Winter break. Зимові канікули. Зимові канікули. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget about Milana. Help parents to help them to see bright future for the child and help them to do everything they can for Milana.